Seasons are a part of life. And life moves on. Everyone goes through transitions. Marriage or divorce, moving to a new city, committing to a partner, buying a home, starting a family, or becoming empty nesters are all significant life events for some. It could be the loss of a loved one or a friend. It can be a global crisis, such as a pandemic or a traumatic experience. Change is unavoidable. It frequently prompts us to reconsider our values or priorities. And it sometimes leads to the question, what should I do with my life? Should I start over in life? Where do I go from here? In this video, we'll show you how to restart your life with 15 simple ideas to spark a new you. So, let's get started on rebuilding your life. Number 1. Consider your new goals. When we don't have clear goals to guide us, we tend to veer off in all directions, never making any progress. Aim for a single big goal that drives all of your thoughts. For example, if you want to change bad behavior, your main goal might be to make other people happy on a daily basis. As a result, that goal motivates you every day. You look for opportunities to achieve that goal throughout the day. With one clear goal driving your day, you'll gradually notice that all the negative thoughts that brought out the worst in you vanish because you're now focused on something positive. You may choose to have 3 or 4 secondary goals, but aim for one big one that captures the majority of your attention and truly motivates you to get your fresh start. Number 2. Begin a new fulfilled life. The key to figuring out how to start over is to recognize that you need to start living a fulfilling life. You're not the same person you used to be. This is the time to form new habits, especially good ones, live happily, and step outside of your comfort zone. You needed a fresh start from your previous life. That's it. To move forward, consider all of the things that would make you happy. That could be dancing in the kitchen before dinner, or taking long, mindful walks in the fresh air. If you're a big dreamer, you could travel the world. Make it happen, whatever it is. Reality does not have to be boring or depressing. You can have anything you want. You simply need to level up and work your way up. So make a new plan for the next chapter you write. And work towards your long-term goal of enjoying life. Number 3. Permit yourself to change. When you decide to start over, you must give yourself permission to do so. Accepting that the old you is not the best you. It also entails eliminating aspects of the person you are now. At first, your brain will completely question you. What are you doing? This isn't your face. You'll also need to understand how to silence those thoughts. You might feel guilty or find it difficult to let go of some bad habits. But, in order to start over, you'll need to shift your focus to a better version of yourself. You must let go of old habits that are no longer serving you. This improved version of yourself will make you happier, healthier, and a better person. So don't give in to thoughts about how you're betraying yourself. You know deep down that it's time for a change. And you will be grateful in the future for the changes you begin today. Number 4. Lead a simple existence. The more we have, the more we despise our lives. It is critical to have the necessities. To keep things peaceful, you need clean water, shelter, and a solid relationship. However, that relationship does not have to be romantic. Friendship is important, too. Remember that minimalism keeps things stable as you learn how to start over. The more things you own, the less money you have. Everything that was wrong with your old life should be fixed in your new life. You could change your physical location or your apartment. There's no reason to feel trapped by this new beginning. So carefully consider the essentials, exact steps, and what you truly require from a happy life. Talk to someone who is content and find out what helped them get there. The solution is much simpler than you think. Get to the point where your new life no longer needs to impress an ex or a rival. You've gotten a clean break from them, now it's time to look at the world with a little more optimism. Number 5. Make new friends. Consider meeting new people if you want a fresh start. Look for places where you can meet people who share your new goals, have similar interests, or embody the values and lifestyle you want for yourself. There is a Facebook group for almost any topic you can think of, so you can easily meet people on social media. You can also attend meetup or networking events, join clubs, volunteer at specific charities, or simply talk to strangers more often. You can practice your new identity with others who don't know anything about your past by interacting and mingling with new people. This identity practice will help you determine whether the person you're becoming is appealing to others. It will also help you to solidify your identity so you can begin to make the necessary changes. After all, once you start acting like a different person, you become that person. So, thanks to your actions, you've officially taken the first step. Number 6. Your personality is not fixed. Dr. Benjamin Hardy argues in his book, Personality Isn't Permanent, that you can improve yourself at any time and in any way. Your personality has evolved dramatically over the years. Consider your personality at the age of 3. You no longer run around the house shirtless and in diapers. You change so much as you gain more life experience, interact with different people, struggle through difficulties, fall in love, have children, or even change jobs. New experiences, overcoming obstacles, and forging new paths are all constantly explored, causing you to grow. According to science, people become happier as they age, most likely because they have figured out what is important in life. So, if you're wondering how to start over, just know that you can get a fresh start right now if you want to. You don't need a big flash of insight or an aha moment to get started. Your next move holds the key to your power. Are you ready to take the first step toward becoming a new you? Number 7. Establish a long-term relationship. A relationship will not bring happiness to everyone. Some people thrive best as lone wolves. That doesn't mean there isn't someone out there for you. Being with the right person who will accept you, listen to you, and give you space when you need it is critical as you start over in life. Find someone who shares your values, such as being honest or being on the right track in life. Creating a life with someone isn't as difficult as finding a difficult job. Making a life with someone is an important part of a good plan. Don't let a toxic ex fool you into thinking that everyone is bad. When it happens, you wouldn't trade it for the world. You'll get to know people better if you start as friends. Number 8. Accept what can't be changed. So, let's be clear, your past cannot be changed. If something unpleasant resurfaces, you must either own it, apologize for it, and avoid making the same mistake again. While your past cannot be changed, the great advantage is that you can learn from it. Those wacky little thoughts that run through our heads are frequently the root of our bad decisions in the past. Learning how to control your thoughts will help you avoid reverting to your old self. While you can't change the past, you do have complete control over your future. So, the decision to restart and start over is entirely within your control. What is your next step? Number 9. Apologize to past relationships. To fully complete the process of starting over, you must eventually confront your past. I'm sure there are a few people you'd rather not see or interact with again. However, in order to progress, we must sometimes engage in uncomfortable conversations that we do not want to have. Otherwise, those aspects of our past may resurface and cause us to revert to our old ways. We're not saying you should apologize the moment you decide to start over. It would most likely be insincere because you are still in the early stages of development. But there will come a time when you've grown so far beyond your past that you feel compelled to make amends for your mistakes and any harm you've caused others. Number 10. Find a helping hand. This could be a mentor, guide, friend, spouse, therapist, or parent. Finally, finding someone who supports the change you're making will hold you accountable when you lose focus, when things get tough, or when you want to give up. You are perfectly capable of starting over on your own, but there is one significant advantage to having a support buddy. You can contact them every 2 weeks to discuss your progress toward your goals. By reporting your progress or challenges on your fresh start journey, you have someone holding you accountable to ensure that you stick to the big goal you've set for yourself. Long-term success will be driven by that extra push. Choose someone who will be incredibly supportive and uplifting for you even if you temporarily take a step back. If the person knows how to communicate with you in an encouraging manner, you will be able to get back on track faster if they have previously been supportive. Number 11. Implement one minor habit change. One small habit change, believe it or not, can completely transform your life. Just over a year ago, I was the happiest person you could ever meet. Then, on my honeymoon, I made a bold declaration. I was going to do one good deed every day for the rest of my life. Whatever the case may be. Forever. How did that one good deed naturally spiral into other habits? So, following that declaration, I began reading books on kindness, compassion, and the human brain. I began to notice that I wasn't the only unhappy person around me. Many people were suffering and struggling in life, but I was so preoccupied with chatting in my head that I didn't notice. Soon after, I met the most upbeat person I'd ever met in my entire life. I used to despise optimistic people, labeling them as unrealistic and illusory. But, for the first time, I became interested in optimism and began reading books about it. Within a few months, family and friends began to notice how much I had changed. People were constantly complimenting me on my optimism and positivity. It was also shocking. I had done a complete 180 by performing an act of kindness every day. I could never have predicted all of the consequences of that single action. That is why you only need to start over with one habit, because the rest will naturally follow. 12. Clear any obstacles. You will never be able to remove all of the obstacles. They will always exist in the course of life. So, instead of attempting the impossible and eliminating them, do the next best thing and jump over them. If someone tells you that you'll never change, nod politely, but ignore such negativity. Arguing about it will not benefit you. If others tell you that your goals are unrealistic, train harder and stay committed. Never allow the naysayers or skeptics to distract you from your new path of starting over. Regardless of what others say, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. The more bizarre your goals or behavior changes, the more skepticism it will elicit. Those closest to you will see how your perseverance led you down the path of success to a new, better, stronger, and kinder you one day. Your future self will inspire those who did not believe you could start over. Number 13. Take in new content. The content we consume on a daily basis can frequently infiltrate our lives. We are more likely to be paranoid, skeptical, and anxious if we read conspiracy theories on the internet. Those who watch viral videos about kindness or good deeds are more likely to perform good deeds. People who watch fitness and diet content are more likely to make health changes. Finally, if you want to make a significant life change, you should consider altering your social algorithms by exploring various hashtags, websites, and groups. The more you obsess over the characteristics and traits of the 2.0 version of yourself, the more likely you are to become that person. So invest some time in the content you will consume in the future. Number 14. Engage in meditation. Meditation is one of the most effective strategies for helping you start over. Meditation is all about learning to master the mind game. Our lives were probably not where we wanted them to be before we got a fresh start. Often, there are hints of depression, anxiety, or other difficult emotions to deal with. But it is our own thoughts that always destroy us when we are down. We begin to train our minds to become more aware of when thoughts are leading us astray with a daily guided meditation practice. Meditation trains us to be more aware of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. When starting over, you'll want to make sure your mind is strong enough to keep you performing at your best. Number 15. Changing your environment. Our habits are frequently influenced by our surroundings. So, if you're trying to figure out how to start over, a change in environment might be a good place to start. Now, that isn't always possible. If you're married with children, you shouldn't abandon your family by moving to a new location. You can start over in life, while still keeping the people you care about. Keep in mind that you are making positive changes. So, how can you alter your surroundings without leaving? You might spend less time with people who cause you stress. If they are related to you, perhaps you should gradually reduce your time spent with them so you can regain your footing. You could alter your environment by making a new space for yourself in your home. Perhaps you can design a room that inspires you. Kindness posters cover the walls of my home office. On my computer monitor, I keep sticky notes with personal goals. To encourage my reading habit, I keep a Kindle on my nightstand where I can see it every time I turn on my bedside lamp. Add a few plants to your environment to bring it to life. It's understated, but it works. Finally, you've officially learned how to start over with 15 different methods for getting a fresh start and a new life. A meditation practice will help you think happy thoughts and encourage you to be kind to others, which will lead you to a better life. You should have a good support system in place to hold you accountable on your journey. And, while you may face some challenges, there is nothing you cannot overcome. Your personality is not fixed, and you can change any aspect of your life right now to become the best version of yourself. So, whatever you learn about how to start over, know that your new life is only a few habits away. Thanks for watching. If you get some value from any part of this video, please consider subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like the video and click on notification button.